มหาพิวัตรปรมาตาลิตรสนาสปุติสัตราติกาปัญญาติกาสมบัติเพนหาปารมี20 ไข่ไม้แสงทองสมภพปรมาตาลิตรสนาสปุติ512,028 พุทธด้วยสิ่งกล่าวนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาพิวัตรปรมาตาลิตรสนาสปุติสัตราติกาสมบัติเพนมหาปารมี40 ไข่ไม้แสงทองสมภพปรมาตาลิตรสนาสปุติ1,24,055 พุทธด้วยสิ่งกล่าวนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะมหาพิวัตรปรมาตาลิตรสนาสปุติวิริยะติกาสัมปันธ์มหาปารมี82 ไข่กำไรแสงทองสมภพปรมาตาลิตรสนาสปุติ2,48,100 คราพุทธด้วยสิ่งกล่าว
สาธุสาธุสาธุนวติอุปนิธิพันธะอนุโมทนามิ
โอเคกันเราพรีวิวไปก่อน
เราเริ่มไปพลางนะ
ใช่
เราจะทำอะไรวันนี้
มา ทำไมนะครับ
ตีโรต่อ
ไม่ใช่เดี๋ยวเพิ่ง
ฮะ
เดี๋ยว
คำว่าอะไรนะ
เราจะทำตีโรวันนี้เปล่า
ติ
อ๋
โล
อจะทำตีโลไหมทำ
ทำ
ได้
ได้ทำทีหลัง
ทำได้ลูกทำได้หมด
เรียนเสร็จ
แล้วสิเดี๋ยว
เป็นทำได้หรอ
ทำได้
ท่องได้แล้วเหรอเบน
เราเกี่ยวกับ
ไปเตรียมน้ำ
ไม่ได้เรียนเลย
ยัง
ไม่จะจบ
จะรีบ
ป้าเปิ้ลสงสัยวันนี้รีบกาจบเลยใช่ไหม ไปเตรียมน้ำก่อน
เราไปเรียนก่อนเดี๋ยวไม่เอาเลย
ไม่เขาแสดงว่าเขากุศลเยอะเต็มเปี่ยม
จ้า
น่ารักจริงเลย
ตัวเด็กก็บอกนั่นหรอ
โอเค
งั้นเริ่มเลยไหม
เดี๋ยวเด็กๆกลับมาหน้าจอยัง
เป็นกลับมาแล้ว
แล้วค่ะ แต่
กลับ
ว่า
มา
มี
แล้ว
แค่
เริ่ม
สอง
เล
คน
ย
เริ่มเลย
เริ่มเลยค่ะ เพราะว่าเรามีพรีวิวตอนแรกด้วยไป
Okay. Today we are going to talk about path to Sikkha Dhamma. Until now, when your kids Sikkha Dhamma, you might not know the path from our body into where the Dhamma that we are talking about located. So today we are showing you the path from ourselves to where Dhamma is located, and okay, next slide. Before we begin, as always, I need to mention about important notes that Dhamma provided in this presentation is simple and not Kampira or profound. People must continuously study Dhamma or else it will lead to Mahatapa, Nirya or hell, because it is Miccha Titti, not following the Buddha's teaching. If any provided content contrast with Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakantaka, please refer to Dhamma 84,000 Dhammakantaka only. Okay. Next one, the responsibility of the four Puttha Parisa. The first one, four Puttha Parisa must well understand the Tipitaka 84,000 Dhammakantaka. The second one, the four Puttha Parisa must be able to correctly present 84,000 Dhammakantaka. And the third one is the four Puttha Parisa must be able to correct those who condemn or misunderstand the Tipitaka 84,000 Dhammakantaka. Okay, let me review about our last class that we mentioned about Manutsa are classified into 4 groups. Those 4 groups are called Manutsa Nirayo, Manutsa Peto, Manutsa Tirachano, and Manutsa Tevo. Manutsa Nirayo, Manutsa Peto, Manutsa Tirachano, these 3 groups of Manutsa, they are under influence of Sanya Sam, which are Sanya 3, which are Kama Sanya, Khotara Sanya, and Morana Sanya. And those 3 Sanya are based on Kusala Kamapata 10 that leads to Abhaya Bhumi 4. Okay, so Manusa Nirayo, Manusa Peto, Manusa Tirachano, they are going to Abhaya Bhumi 4. And those that under influence of Sanya 3 that are cover our daily activities. Our daily activities except Sikkha Dhamma, those are classified as Sanya 3, Kama Sanya, Hojara Sanya, and Morana Sanya. And the fourth type of Manutsa is called Manutsa Tevo. This one has special Sanya. Apart from Sanya 3, they also have another Sanya. They call that Sanya called Dhamma Sanya, which needs Sikkha Dhamma. And by having Dhamma Sanya, they perform Bunya Kriya Vatu 10 that help them transform from Kusala Kamapata 10 into Kusala Kamapata 10, as we mentioned in the earlier class. Yeah. And Sikkha Dhamma to transform Manusa Nirayo, Manusa Peto, Manusa Tirachano into Manusa Tevo. Sikkha Dhamma is needed. And by Sikkha Dhamma, you need to perform Bunya Kriya Vatu 10. And Bunya Kriya Vatu 10 are consisting of Than, Seen, Pavana, Apajayana, Vayavata, Patithan, Patanumotana, Dhamma Savana, Dhamma Tesana, and Tittukshukam. When only if you have kusala in yourself, then you have a chance to perform Bunya Kriya Vatu 10. And those kusala stays in Somanasa Sahakatang Santirana Chittang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Chittang. Only Sikkha can transform from Manusa Nirayo, Manusa Peto, Manusa Tirachano, that they are going to Abhaya Bhumi 4 into Manusa Tevo. And Manusa Tevo, this kind of Manusa, this kind of Manusa doesn't have to go to Abhaya Bhumi 4. They have a chance to go to Manusa 1, Teva Bhumi 6, Brahma Bhumi 16, Arupa Bhumi 4, and also be Arya Pupala. Okay. Next slide. This one showing how Bunya Kriya Vatu 10 control a Kusala Kamapata 10 and transform in Kusala Kamapata 10, as we explained in details to all of you in our earlier class. So let me summarize it for you. Bunya Kriya Vatu 10, only Sila that need to control 7 out of 10 of Akusala Kamapata 10. Sila control Kaya Kamma and Vaji Kamma. Kaya Kamma are consisting of Pana, Atina, Kame. And Vaji Kamma, they are consisting of four components. The first one is Musa, Pisuna, Vata, Parusa Vata, and Sampapalapa. Sila control Kaya Kamma and Vaji Kamma. Okay. And the rest of Bunya Kriya Vatu 10, which are Than, Pavana, Apajayana, Vayavaja, Patithan, Patanumotana, Dhamma Savana, Dhamma Tesana, and Tittukshukam. These 9 control Manogam of Akusala Kamapata 10, and Manogam of Akusala Kamapata 10 consisting of Apicca, Payapata, Miccha Titti. And once Akusala Kamapata 10 transformed by Bunya Kriya Vatu 10, that turns into Kusala Kamapata 10. And Kusala Kamapata 10, they are called Panatipata Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami. Athinathana Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami. Kame Sumichachara Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami. Musawata Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami. Pisuna Vata Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami. Parusavata Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami. Sampapalapa Veramani Sikkha Patang Samadhiyami. Anapicca, Apayapata, and Samma Titti. Okay.
In this point, who know that what Sikkha Sikkha and study, what is the difference? Indeed, can you tell us what is the difference between Sikkha and study?
Sikkha could study could catch studying. I think Sikkha could studying Dhamma. ใช่ไหม
ใช่ค่ะสาธุถูกต้องครับ good job
That's
Good job.
correct. And a little bit for that answer, I explain a little bit more.
Yeah.
For Sikkha, that is as in the answer that is correct, that is study Dhamma, and by study Dhamma that classify as Dhamma Sanya, and by study other subject except from study Dhamma, those are classified as Kama Sanya, Khojara Sanya, Marana Sanya, and and by doing so you are classified as Manusa Nirayo, Manusa Peto, Manusa Tirachano. That's the result of Sikkha, not the Sikkha other subjects except Sikkha Dhamma that leads to Abhaya Bhumi 4. And for Sikkha, that is study Dhamma, that is Dhamma Sanya, that leads to Manusa Bhumi, Deva Bhumi 6, Brahma Bhumi 16, Arupa Bhumi 4, and Ariya Pukala. However, until now you may see that by study other subjects except Dhamma, but you need to study, otherwise you don't have a job, you don't have money, and you can't survive. So by doing so that Anuttara Samma Sampoti said that you can do your Sanya 3, Kama Sanya, Khojara Sanya, Marana Sanya. However, you need another Sanya to you need Dhamma Sanya or Sikkha Dhamma while you are doing your daily activities as usual. However, whenever you have Dhamma Sanya, whenever you perform Kama Sanya, Khojara Sanya, Marana Sanya, they will always have explanation from Dhamma Sanya that explain Kama Sanya, Khojara Sanya, Marana Sanya, but explain Kama Sanya, Khojara Sanya, Marana Sanya by Dhamma. When that happens, it turns this way. It Bunya Kriya Vatu 10 as the representative of Dhamma Sanya, and Akusala Kama Pata 10 is your Sanya 3, Kama Sanya, Khojara Sanya, and Marana Sanya. Within this one, when you Sikkha Dhamma and also you perform Sanya 3, these Sikkha Dhamma or Dhamma Sanya will help you control Kama Sanya, Khojara Sanya, Kama Sanya, Khojara Sanya, Marana Sanya. Those three are not leads you to Abhaya Bhumi 4, because Bunya Kriya Vatu 10 control them and then transform in Kusala Kama Pata 10. That's when Dhamma Sanya helps you whenever you perform Kama Sanya, Khojara Sanya, Marana Sanya, and the results will not be as same as others people who not Sikkha Dhamma. So by Sikkha Dhamma, you don't by Sikkha Dhamma, it prevents you from going to Abhaya Bhumi 4, and that is the difference. Even though you can perform your Kama Sanya, Khojara Sanya, Marana Sanya, however, when you have Dhamma Sanya will help you prevent Kama Sanya, Khojara Sanya, Marana Sanya to go to Abhaya Bhumi 4. So you can continuously study as usual, spending your daily activity as usual. However, Sikkha Dhamma is needed and Bunya Kriya Vatu 10 is needed. When you have Dhamma Sanya or Bunya Kriya Vatu 10, then whenever you do perform your daily activities under Kama Sanya, Khojara Sanya, and Marana Sanya, and that is when you don't have to go to Abhaya Bhumi 4, which normally Abaya Bhumi 4 is the result of your Kama Sanya, Hotara Sanya, and Morana Sanya. That is a bit more detail of the difference with Sikkha and study, as
And
being asked.
In addition, no, Sikkha, you have to know that every Sikkha Dhamma must lean to the Tipitaka only. We cannot think by ourselves, then say that is learning Dhamma, that is Sikkha. Like you cannot say that meditation is Sikkha Dhamma. You cannot think that you can think of, okay, you have to behave very good boy or girl, then that is Sikkha. Sikkha is only lean from Tipitaka only. So that is a bit more different. And another difference is studying. When you studying, it leads you to Lopa, Tosa, and Moha. It leads you to Kama Sanya, Kojara Sanya, and Morana Sanya. But for Sikkha, it leads to you to the utmost target. The utmost target of Sikkha is to be Ariya Bukhara person, no? So I think this is more different from study. The different a little bit more is that for studying, you have to remember and you have to listen by your ear and keep all the study in your brain. But for Sikkha, it's not come through your brain only. It's come through Pancha Thawara Vachana Chitta, and then lean to Mano Thawara Vachana Chitta, and go inside your Chavana Chitta to the Hatsitupatha Chitta. Okay, begin.
Okay, that's enough the review of our earlier class. So now let's begin about today's topic. The path to Sikkha Dhamma starts from where? It starts from ourselves. We don't have to go anywhere. The path to Sikkha Dhamma starts from ourselves. Let me explain why. It happened this way. From our body, then we go into our human body systems. We are composing of a lot of systems classified in 6 systems: blood system, nerve system, respiratory system, digestive system, bones, skeletal system, and muscular system, into 6. And then we go into more details. We look into our body, we go into human body systems, and each systems we look into details into cells, nucleus, chromosome, and DNA. Very small. We're going into the tiny part bit by bit, and in DNA it composing of compounds, chemical compounds. And we go deep into chemical compounds, we find elements that create those chemical compounds. And we go through those elements, we have found atom. They have a neutron, proton, nucleus, and electron inside it. And we go more details in that, deep into details more than that. We will found the smallest found by scientists today is quark. So this is the end of the science as we know today. There's very small elements. So from our body, we start from our body. Then we look into details of the components of our body. This is the first path to go to Sikkha Dhamma, to this system, to our body, to our body systems. into cell, DNA, and chemical compound, element, atom, and the smallest part that we know today is quark. And then not only this, we still go further than this. We go a lot more details than quarks that we know, until we found Vinipokarupa 8. And when we are living creatures, so we are not only have a Vinipokarupa 8, we also have a Shivita Rupa 1 attached to a Vinipokarupa. These two components altogether, we call it Navarupa 9. A bit difficult to remember at first, but I'll explain a bit more to you later on. Vinipokarupa 8, they are composing of Patavi Mahaputarupa, Apo Mahaputarupa, Tesho Mahaputarupa, Vayo Mahaputarupa, Rupa Visaya Rupa, Kanta Visaya Rupa, Rasa Visaya Rupa, and Ahara Rupa. These 8 altogether, we call it Vinipokarupa 8. So
at this point, you mean that in scientist teaching, it said that quark is very small. Then what you say that Apitni Rupa X, Apitni Apitnipoka Rupa X is smaller than quark. Is that right?
Correct. Vinipokarupa 8 is much more, way smaller than quark. But first that I will show is that the path to Sikkha Dhamma start from ourselves. Then we look into details of ourselves until the science that we know today, the smallest particle that they have found today they call it quarks. However, from quarks until they need to go way more smaller than quarks until they found Vinipokarupa 8, because Vinipokarupa 8 is the foundation of 31 Bhumi, actually, except Arupa from Bhumi. And by doing so, I said that Vinipokarupa 8 is foundation of 31 Bhumi. So whenever, if you go into much way smaller than quarks, before you find Vinipokarupa 8, you will see Abhaya Bhumi 4, you will see Tevata, you will see Brahma before you going in before you see Vinipokarupa 8, because Abhaya Bhumi 4 and Teva Bhumi and also Brahma Bhumi, those needs Vinipokarupa 8 as the foundation of their existence, the Rupa. So
is germ or bacteria smaller than quark or smaller than Vinipokarupa 8?
No, germs and bacteria is only in somewhere in this in here. They're only in cells, and they're only in cell level around here. They are way bigger than quarks. Quarks is here.
So what Paramattha Anuttara Samma Sampoti teaching is not the level that we can see, and it's not the level that the true of scientists can see. Is that right?
Correct. And not only that we can see, but it's beyond our mind. Our body is here. Our mind stays with our body here. But these systems, these components, they stay outside of our mind. So it's beyond our mind. It controls the way that we think, these systems. they control the way that we think, because it is system stays out of our mind.
What do you mean about infinity from quark infinity and then go to opinion Pokarupa X? What is your meanings about infinity?
Much, I mean, it's way smaller than quarks, unimaginable level of smaller.
Really, very, 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 very small.
Yes, very small.
Like in the air, did air have a Whitney Pokarupa X or not? Or
Yes.
only have in the alive thing?
Air also have a Pokarupa 8. For air that we breathe today, they are in this level. They are chemical compound. They are chemical compound, not even elements and not even atom. They in this level. For example, like oxygen, they have two molecules of oxygen stays together, right? So that oxygen gas, that is a chemical component. And also
you mean that okay, what you feel is still small, but it's not small as a Whitney Pokarupa X.
yes, it's not that small. It's not. It stays in our science knowledge, but not yet into Dhamma knowledge. The Dhamma is way smaller than it, even the smallest particle that found by science today.
Can I conclude that Whitney Pokarupa X is in everything in the world and outside the world, in the universe, everything composed of Whitney Pokarupa X?
Yes, you can imagine that Whitney Pokarupa 8 is the basic building blocks of everything in the universe and everything in 31 Bhumi, not only human, not only Manusa Bhumi. Also the building blocks of Abhaya Bhumi 4, Deva Bhumi 6, Brahma Bhumi 16, except Arupa Bhumi 4.
And also composed in non-alive thing.
Sure, yes.
Okay, so we have to know that Whitney Pokarupa X is very, very, very small that human can feel, but it is come from enlightenment of Gautama Buddha.
Yes, by only with the enlightenment of Gautama Buddha, that when we know the rest of the components and the systems, except the enlightenment of Gautama Buddha, we know only science knows. However, science cannot go into this system and components. Science will limit somewhere in between quarks and Avini Pokarupa 8, because by knowing that everything composing of Avini Pokarupa 8, that is knowledge that need enlightenment of Buddha. Otherwise, no one knows about these components and system. It's served for only the enlightenment of Buddhas only. So the science can go to here and maybe smaller. However, they will end up in between quarks and Avini Pokarupa 8. They cannot go into these details, because these details of components and knowledge reserved for Buddhas only, with the enlightenment only. Otherwise, we don't have any chance to know about this component in the system.
Can you show me a little bigger about Avini Pokarupa X? What is the component? Very small. Okay.
ปฐวีมหาภูตรูปะอาโปมหาภูตรูปะเตโชมหาภูตรูปะวายโยมหาภูตรูปะ and รูปะวิสัยรูปะคันธาวิสัยรูปะรสวิสัยรูปะ and อาหารรูปะ this is
Okay. It is 4 from Mahabhuta Rupa 4
Yes.
from Mahabhuta Rupa 4 and 3 from Visaya Rupa. Oh, what is the list? Ben, can you know what is not in the for Visaya Rupa 4? What is not in Avinipoka Rupa 8? Ben. See from the slide for Visaya Rupa 4. What is the not in Avinipoka Rupa 8?
เป็นต้องไปดูว่าวิทยารูปะมีอะไรบ้าง
Rupa, Visaya Rupa.
อันนี้แล้วก็มีคันธวิทยารูปะ
For a bit clue for Ben, can you recite Visaya Rupa 4?
วิทยารูปะโฟมมีอะไรบ้าง
Can you recite?
ถ้าไม่ได้ก็อ่านหนังสือมาดูได้
This?
Open.
Rupa 4.
This one?
เป็นบุ๊ก
The one you made for us?
ได้ อันนี้ใช่จะนานอย่างนั้นเนี่ย
กันน้องพลอยมาแล้วนะคะ
ครับพี่แอนเดี๋ยวให้น้องพลอยน้องจิตให้ฟังไหมวันนี้ หรือว่ายังไง
ต
ค
อ
รั
น
บ
ตอนปลายก็ได้เนาะ
ปลาย
แต่
นะ
ว่า
โอเค
แต่ว่า
มีบ้างเนี่ยรูปะ
น้องชีก็มาแล้ว
อันนี้ใช่ป่ะรูปะ28ประกอบด้วยมหาพุทธรูปะ4
different one ลูก
that
วิทยา
is
รู
วิ
ปะ
ทยารูปะ4นี่ไงเนี่ยมี1 2 3 4ใช่ไหมมีอะไรบ้างอ่ะป้าก็ถามว่ามีอะไรบ้าง
Rupa, Visaya Rupa, Sattva Visaya Rupa, Kantha Visaya Rupa, Rasa Visaya Rupa.
แล้วอะไรที่มีที่อวินิโพครูป8แต่ไม่ได้อยู่ใน
which one is missing
Ahara Rupa.
ฮะ
Ahara Rupa.
ไม่
ไม่
ใช่
ใช่ลูก which one is missing from วิทยา
from
รูปะ
Visaya Rupa 4 yes correct
ล
yeah.
องดูใหม่นะไหนอยู่ไหนวะ
Visaya.
รูปะวิทยารูปะอยู่ไหมอยู่ใช่ป่ะสัทธะวิทยารูปะอยู่ไหม
Yeah. The thing that might you could Sattva Visaya
โอ
Rupa.
เค
Yeah
สาธุครับ
สาธุค่ะ
ตัวนี้คือตัวพิเศษสัทธะวิทยารูปะไม่ได้อยู่ในอวินิโพครูป8
that is the special one so
ถามว่าทำไม
to help you
Because
easy remember recite Avinipoka Rupa 8 the first group is Mahabhuta Rupa 4 Patvi Mahabhuta Rupa Tesho Mahabhuta Rupa Vayo Mahabhuta Rupa and Patvi Mahabhuta Rupa Apo Mahabhuta Rupa Tesho Mahabhuta Rupa and Vayo Mahabhuta Rupa that first Mahabhuta Rupa 4 so the first 4 and the second group is Visaya Rupa and not all of 4 of Visaya Rupa, only 3 of 4 from Visaya Rupa except Sattva Visaya Rupa. Then the last one, everything needs Ahara Rupa. So it's easy remember Avinipoka Rupa 8. The first 4 is Mahabhuta Rupa 4. The second group is Visaya Rupa 3 out of 4 except Sattva Visaya Rupa, and the last one, every component needs Ahara Rupa. So Ahara Rupa as the last one. So by reciting this way, you can recite Avinipoka Rupa 8 easily. And Avinipoka Rupa 8 is the basic building blocks of everything in 31 Bhumi except Arupa Bhumi. Okay. Let's go a bit further as I explained about Avinipoka Rupa 8. And as we are living creatures, we are Sattva, we have Chitta interact with this body. So we have special one, it's called Shivita Rupa. Shivita Rupa will attach to Avinipoka Rupa, which Avinipoka Rupa 8 is the basic building blocks of everything in 31 Bhumi. And altogether, as a living creatures, when we have Chitta perform with our Rupa here, we call it altogether 8 Avinipoka Rupa 8 and Shivita Rupa 1. Altogether 9 components we call Natva Rupa 9. And whenever we have Shivita Rupa, it also have Shivita Nama performing together with Shivita Rupa. And Shivita Nama equals Shivita Cetasika. Now, Shivita Cetasika is one of Cetasika 52 that we can recite. So, and Shivita Cetasika, this one, it stays in Cetasika called Sappha Citta Satharana Cetasika 7 group. They stays in this group. Whenever Shivita Cetasika, which is one of the member of Sappha Citta Satharana Cetasika 7 comes, they come together with their friends. So whenever Shivita Cetasika comes, they also brings Shivita Cetasika also always bring friends with them, with it. They'll call Phassa Cetasika, Vedana Cetasika, Sanya Cetasika, Chetana Cetasika, Ekakata Cetasika, Shivita Cetasika, and Manasikara Cetasika. And also altogether these seven components, they are called Sappha Citta Satharana Cetasika 7, as you has already recited it.
Hikan, I still wonder. You mean that in the infinity sign, upper the infinity sign, it means that everything in the world that science can explore, no, is only a little bit, no. Then after infinity sign, Avinipoka Rupa X is so small that human being as us, as scientists can know. Only enlightenment by Gautama Buddha can get this point, no? And we because of we Sikkha Dhamma, so we know, follow the Gautama Buddha. And then for the Shivita Rupa, everything you said that everything that the smallest is Avinipoka Rupa in the alive thing and in the things that not have alive, no, like in table, in oxygen, or in tree. But why in oxygen, in table, in tree that have Shivita Rupa 1 or not?
No, they
No.
as an object, not a living creatures, they don't have a Shivita Rupa 1. The special thing is this, as we being mentioned, science know about this one until the smallest particle is, they call it quarks at this time. However, this knowledge, science knowledge, it's explained only a tiny part of Manusa Bhumi 1. However, the knowledge that attained from the enlightenment of Gautama Buddha, this one explain not only Manusa Bhumi, this knowledge explained in 31 Bhumi, including Abhaya Bhumi 4, Manusa Bhumi 1, Teva Bhumi 6, Brahma Bhumi 16, Arupa Bhumi 4. Okay, so the difference, very, very different, is the science that we seems it a very advanced technology today that we know today. However, the knowledge of science explain only a tiny part of Manusa Bhumi. It explains things that happen only on Earth, with a bit in the universe, but not not very far from Earth. There are much more knowledge that science need to explore. However, that's why I said that science know only a little bit, a tiny part of Manusa Bhumi, because science know only on this planet, on Earth, and a little bit about universe, especially solar system. However, beyond that, science need more data and more time for that exploration. However, the knowledge that attained from the enlightenment of Gautama Buddha, which is the part beneath the infinity signs here, this one explain not only Manusa Bhumi. This knowledge explained in 31 Bhumi, not only a tiny part of Manusa Bhumi as science know. These components and this system, the knowledge that attained from the enlightenment of Gautama Buddha, explain completely everything in Manusa Bhumi, and beyond that, not only Manusa Bhumi, the knowledge of Gautama Buddha explain everything in 31 Bhumi, including Abhaya Bhumi 4, Manusa Bhumi 1, Teva Bhumi 6, Brahma Bhumi 16, and Arupa Bhumi 4. Even now, science, they don't know about 31 Bhumi. They don't know anything. They have no clue about Abhaya Bhumi 4. They have only a little knowledge about Manusa Bhumi 1. They have no clue about Teva Bhumi 6, Brahma Bhumi 16, and even Arupa Bhumi 4. Arupa Bhumi 4, that is beyond capability of science to prove those Bhumi.
And Chivita Lupa 1 is in the all 31 Bhumi. Is that right?
In general speaking,
Yeah.
I may say that yes.
And
For only living creatures, the different for the beginner's imagination is this: if those components are only the object, not the living creatures, only the object, they have Avinipoka Rupa 8 as a building block, basic building block. Imagine like it is a Lego. You have a block of Lego. That is Avinipoka Rupa 8. Those the one that have only Avinipoka Rupa 8, they have no citta that works with them. They have no mind. They have no minds. They have no ideas about themselves. However, once you are living creatures, you must have the component that receive the information and react to things that interact with your body. That's why Chivita Rupa comes. That's when Chivita Rupa comes. It needs to have Chivita Rupa attached to the building blocks. So you can send and receive the information from your environment through Shivita Rupa 1. And by Shivita Rupa 1, as I said, that whenever you have Shivita Rupa 1, you must have Shivita Nama together with it. And Shivita Nama, another name of Shivita Nama is Shivita Cetasika. And now we come to the area that we're familiar with. Now we are talking about the performance, the interaction of Cetasika. Cetasika will gain the information from your environment and also send information through the deeper level of our system. And then whenever they analyzed in Chavana Chitta, then they send the results through Cetasika and through this system, Avinipoka Rupa 8, and to works to everything back to our mind and our body. It go through this part. This is the pathway. That's why I said that today we are talking about the path, the starting point of Sikkha Dhamma and the path of Sikkha Dhamma. Whenever we Sikkha Dhamma, it goes through this way. Dhamma goes through our body, our cells, DNA, chemical components, compound, atom, and until quarks that science know, and much more deeper level until reach Avinipoka Rupa and Shivita Rupa 1. And this, whenever you reach Shivita Rupa 1, it's also have Shivita Nama attached with this one, and Shivita Nama also called Shivita Chetasika. That's when Chetasika received information from the outside, from the environment. And whenever Shivita Chetasika received information, Shivita Chetasika, it doesn't come alone. It must come with that frame. So Sapatita Sattva Chetasika, 7 come in action. This group of Chetasika, they will receive the information from environment that you receive from the outside. And then this group of Chetasika send the information through the systems until it reach this one. It reach Pancha Thawara Vachana Chitta, one of 3 of Hetuka Kriya Chitta. And once the information reach Pancha Thawara Vachana Chitta, Pancha Thawara Vachana Chitta will primarily classify those information as Kusala or Akusala one. If that information is Kusala, it will go through Hetuka Kusala Vipaka Chitta 8. And if that information is Akusala, those information will go through Akusala Vipaka Chitta 7. And those information, once they pass through Akusala Vipaka Chitta 7 or Hetuka Kusala Vipaka Chitta 8, the information will reach Manothawara Vachana Chitta, which also one of 3 of Hetuka Kriya Chitta. When information reach Manothawara Vachana Chitta, those information is ready to send into Shavana Chitta. Or for beginners, for easy imagination about Shavana Chitta is some kind like design unit. It controls everything, change everything, it commands everything. Whenever you want to change anything, you need to change in Shavana Chitta, because once information sent out of Shavana Chitta, those components that stays out of Shavana Chitta, they need to work as Shavana Chitta said. It cannot be changed. If you want to change anything, you need to go into Shavana Chitta and change the results and the work process inside Shavana Chitta before those information is sent out. Once it's sent out, you cannot be changed. It must the system that stays outside Shavana Chitta must follow the result that Shavana Chitta sent out. And these components, if you can recite Chitta, Chetasika. Now you're familiar with the name of it, because those names are Chitta and Chetasika that we ask you to recite it first. And whenever we explain it, whenever we Sikkha Dhamma, we'll always go back to Chitta, Chetasika, and Rupa as the foundation. And this class,
Pikan, I have seen another difference between Sikkha and study. Sikkha and study, another difference is in the upper level of infinity is study, and for the lower level is all Sikkha. So we Sikkha Dhamma is not human, ordinary human known. Is that right?
correct. Because only the person, only Manutsa who have who has kusala that stays in somanat sahakatang santirana chittang asankharikang kama vachara ahetuka kusala vipaka chittang. Only persons that have kusala in this chitta have chance to Sikkha Dhamma. Otherwise, it's impossible for them to Sikkha Dhamma because comparing to whenever you are going to some places that require tickets, if you don't have ticket, you cannot go inside. And when Sikkha Dhamma is the same, Sikkha Dhamma require ticket. However, that ticket is not obvious, that cannot be seen. The ticket is Somana Santi Rana Ahetuka Kuson Vibhaka. If you have Kusala in this Citta, it seems like you have a ticket to enter class of Sikkha Dhamma. Without tickets, without this ticket, you cannot go inside. So a person who don't have Kusala in Somana Santi Rana Ahetuka Kuson Vibhaka cannot Sikkha Dhamma, cannot go into Sikkha Dhamma class, but only persons with Kusala in Somanasa Sahakatang Santi Rana Chittang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Chittang will be able to enter Sikkha Dhamma class, as all these people today who participate in this this meeting, we are all have Kusala in Somana Santi Rana Ahetuka Kuson Vibhaka. Otherwise, we cannot enter this class. And even at the beginning or even now, they don't have if they don't have Kusala in Somana Santi Rana Ahetuka Kuson Vibhaka, they don't have a chance to enter this class. They might go study something else, other subjects. They might go to sleep, they might go shopping, they might go play sports, they might talk with friends, they might travel somewhere, but they will not have a chance to Sikkha Dhamma because Sikkha Dhamma controlled by Somana Santi Rana Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka Citta. Here.
Indy, can you help me to tell me that what is the biggest thing that we can solve after scientists known that Gotama Buddha tell us in this slide?
พูดใหม่ได้เปล่าครับถ้าไม่เข้าใจ
โอเคก็คืออะไรเนี่ยใหญ่ที่สุดที่เราเนี่ยจะรับรู้ได้หลังจากที่พระพุทธเจ้าเนี่ยปรมัตถ์เนี่ยได้ทรงตรัสรู้อะไรใหญ่ที่สุดในสไลด์นี้ What is the biggest อยากให้อ่านให้ฟัง พี่กัน Can you help me
พี่ปิงจะถามว่าอะไรนะครั
จะ
บ
ถามอะไรปิงจะถาม
จะให้เขาอ่าน
ว่า
อวินิโพครูปะแตก
อ๋อ
อวินิโพกรูปะแปด
ใช่อยากให้เขาอ่านอีกทีหนึ่งเพราะว่ามันตรงเนี้ยมันยาก
อวินิโพกรูปะแปด
Yes, may I rephrase the question of Piping's question?
Yes.
What is the basic building blocks of everything in 31 Bhumi? You know which one?
I think Piping would like the kids
Yes.
to get used to
The same question. The same
Ah.
question.
The same answer, but I rephrase
the same.
the question, Piping's questions.
Yes.
What is the basic building blocks of everything in 31 Bhumi in this chart?
อเหตุกะกุศลวิปากะอะปะ
No. The basic building blocks of everything. Object. Also a
วั
living.
ชตวาลาวัชนะอะปะ
Avinipokarupa.
ใช่
Yes.
อวินิโพ
This one. Avinipokarupa 8 is the basic building blocks of everything in 31 Bhumi. Not only it can be objects, it can be living creatures. Every objects and living creatures in 31 Bhumi, I speak in general, it requires Avinipokarupa 8 as their basic building blocks. So
or we can say like this ค่ะกัน อวินิโพครูปะเอก is the smallest fundamental components of everything the smallest
Not really. It still
The
have
the
to be
smallest-
that one.
The smallest for the rupa,
Rupa.
but
For rupa,
the biggest for Dhamma, the biggest thing.
Actually, Piping is not the biggest. It still have something that whenever
Rupa.
people call rupa
The
8
smallest
combine
rupa.
with other rupa is still in the level of Dhamma anyway. Still have many more things to come after Rupa 8. And however, Rupa 8 has one of the basic building blocks of everything, but it still has things that's smaller than Rupa 8, and then they have much more things that bigger than Rupa 8. However,
Because everything is in the Chavanajit that we Sikkha. So we want the kid to know first that Aviniko Karupa can the last thing is the last thing first. Then we go in deep into the Chavanajita that is smaller than we can count.
This Rupa 8 is a basic building blocks, as I mentioned. It's not the biggest or the smallest. It's in between. It's in between. It's not nothing. Not big or small. So what is the name now? What is the name of basic building blocks of everything in 31 Bhumi? Indeed.
Okay.
What is the name of basic building blocks of everything in 31 Bhumi?
Or
Again.
can you help? The other kid, can you help Indy?
He can have tell you all.
Indy, you mute.
And
Avinipokarupa คือวัตตวีมหาปุตรูปะอภอมหาปุตรูปะเทโชมหาปุตรูปะวายโอมหาปุตรูปะรูปะวิสัยรูปะคันธวิสัยรูปะรสาวิสัยรูปะแล้วก็อาหารรูปะ
correct.
Yes.
Satu.
Ah.
That is the basic building blocks of everything in 31 Bhumi, including Manutsa Bhumi 1. However, today science discover only the smallest particle that they have found is quarks, but Avinipokarupa is way smaller than quarks, and science cannot reach Avinipokarupa 8 level. The reason is if science reach Avinipokarupa 8, in between the path to discover Avinipokarupa 8, science need to see Abhayapumi 4, Tevapumi 6, Brahmapumi 16 before they found Avinipokarupa 8. And by seeing Abhayapumi 4, Tevapumi 6, Brahmapumi 16, those kind of knowledge are reserved for the enlightenment of Gautama Buddha only. So science will go way deeper, way smaller than quarks. However, science cannot reach Avinipokarupa 8. Definitely they cannot reach Avinipokarupa 8 level, because this level of knowledge reserved for the enlightenment of the Buddha only. And these components and this pathway to the interaction and the interaction of Citta and Cetasika in these kind of path and components reserved for the enlightenment of Gautama Buddha only. Without the enlightenment of Gautama Buddha, we don't have a chance to know about these things. We can know only what science said. And when we know only what science said, that is when we stay in Kama Sanya, Kojara Sanya, and Morana Sanya. We are Manutsa Bhumi, three type of Manutsa Bhumi. We are Manutsa Nirayo, Manutsa Peto, and Manutsa Tirachano. And we must go to Abhaya Bhumi 4 because we don't have a chance. If the Gautama Buddha not enlightenment, we don't have a chance to enter to this knowledge. So we don't have chance to Sikkha. Whenever we have chance to Sikkha, we cannot perform Dhamma Sanya, and we cannot perform Dhamma Sanya. We cannot transform ourselves from Manusa Nirayo, Manusa Peto, Manusa Tirachano into Manusa Tevo. In that case, we need to go to Abhaya Bhumi for only. We cannot improve ourselves at all. Okay. That is the importance of the Sikkha or Dhamma Sanya. However, whenever you Sikkha or you perform, you have Dhamma Sanya, you Sikkha Dhamma, you know things, whatever you can explain your daily activities by Dhamma. That is when Dhamma Sanya helps you prevent your daily activities that classify as Kama Sanya, Gochara Sanya, Marana Sanya leads to you to Abhaya Bhumi 4. Whenever you have Dhamma Sanya, control Kama Sanya, Gochara Sanya, Marana Sanya, that is when you don't have to go to Abhaya Bhumi 4. You have chance to go to Manusa Bhumi 1, Brahma Teva Bhumi 6, Brahma Bhumi 16. Okay, that is the
Sikkha. We Sikkha Dhamma like Ben Indi like this. Did we get ticket for Somana Santirana?
Sure, because the reason that I say
No.
because they recite, they are able to recite Chitta Chetasika, Chitta 121, Chetasika 52, and Rupa 28, and moreover, even they are trying, even they are not fully understand what we said today, but they are trying to understand it. Whenever they hear about the words that we said, in each word that is the Dhamma that Gautama Buddha said, in each word it has Samanta Chakku for easy understanding is the power of Buddha resides in that, and each word, for example, like Avinipokarupa 8, in these words, they in this word it has Samanta Chakku inside, or for easy understanding the power of the Buddha, and that stays in one citta called Somanasa Sakatang Yana Sampayutang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Mahakriya Cittang. This one is Samanta Chakku. Whenever you don't even understand it, but whenever you hear Avinipoka Rupa 8, Shivita Rupa 1, Nava Rupa 8, Shivita Nama, Patavi Mahaputurupa, Tesho Mahaputurupa, Vayo Mahaputurupa, Apo Mahaputurupa, Rupa Visayarupa, and Visayarupa, Rasa Visayarupa, Aharupa. Each word that you hear, it contains power of the Buddha or Samanta Chakku reside in those words. So whenever you hear it, you hear them, you gain the power of the Buddha in each word, even though you don't understand what are they, but in each word they have Samanta Chakku inside, and Samanta Chakku is the first citta of Mahakriya Citta 8. And the first citta of Mahakriya Citta 8 called Somanasa Sahakatang Yana Sampayutang Asankharikang Kama Vajra Mahakriya Cittang. That is the power of Buddha that resides in each of Dhamma that helps you prevent you from Abhaya Bhumi 4. Whenever you Dhamma Sanya, Gochara Sanya, Marana Sanya, and you can whenever you feel angry, something happy, something that your daily feelings, and you recite Citta, Cetasika, Rupa, and those Samanta Chakku helps you prevent from going into Abhaya Bhumi for the beginners. It helps you this way. Okay. That is
Okay.
of Sikkha Dhamma and benefits of recite Citta, Cetasika, and Rupa.
For conclusion, the kid have to recite Citta 121 first, and then followed by Cetasika 52, and then Rupa 28. Is that right? And then they will have a little bit ticket.
Correct. They
Okay.
accumulate the kusala that stays in Somana Santirana, and whenever they have enough kusala that reach each level, they will understand much more of the Dhamma. Comparing like you go to somewhere, some places that require tickets. Now you have the first ticket to enter class, Sikkha Dhamma class. Whenever you accumulate more kusala in Somana Santirana, you have another ticket to enter in more advanced class, and get more ticket to attain more advanced class, and until you accumulate enough kusala in Somana Santirana, you can attain Ariya Pukhala.
Okay, like greater level, no?
Yes, you need to accumulate point or score. In this case, we call kusala that contain in Somana Santirana. If you have enough score in the first level, you can go to Sikkha Dhamma class. The more score you have or more kusala you have, you can enter more advanced kusala class or kusala activities. The more score or the more kusala you accumulate, the more advanced or the more kusala, the more kusala activities that you can perform, until you accumulate enough of kusala, then enough of kusala required, then you can attain Ariya Pukhala. For the beginners, for easy understanding, it's some kind of points that you need to accumulate.
And you, if you to be Ariya Pukhala, you will not go to Apaya Bhumi for again.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
It's clear for me. Did the kid have any question?
do you have any questions? Indeed, do you have any question?
ไม่ครับ
Okay,ครับ. So it will be end of this class. So Sadhuครับ.
Sadhu everyone ค่ะ
พี่แอน have อะไรนะ น้องพลอย to recite จิตตะไหม today?
It depends.
Okay. For other kids, it you can leave the class. For น้องพลอยเนาะพี่แอน will อะไรนะ review.
You help น้องพลอย review Citta, Cetasika, and Rupa, right?
Only จิตตะ first ไหม
Citta first, okay.
Okay, see you for other kids เนาะ
เพราะฉะนั้นถ้าคิดมาสาธุอนุโมทนามิ
สาธุโลจิติปิปัฏฐาอนุโมทามิ
ค่ะมิค่ะ
สาธุโอติอุปา
สา
ทิ
ธุ
พัน
ค่ะ
ไหนบอกกรวดน้ำตะกี้
เอาจะกรวดน้ำก่อนไหม
กดได้
เห็นน้องเบนบอกจะกรวดน้
ที่ไม่มีน้
เป็นตะกรวดน้
กดได้กดได้
อะไร
ำอุ้ยบอล
อ่ะกรวดได้กรวดได้
มาเร็วอินดี้มากดน้ำกับแม่ห้องนี้มาลูกมาเร็วเบนขอเบนก็ต้องมาแล้วลูกมา
ไม่ขอเขาขอ
ไม่เป็นไรหนูเขาก็อยากทำพร้อมกันมาแล้วเนี่ยทำไม่ได้
พี่
หร
ปิง
อ
ก็ไปหาน้ำมากรวดแล้วนะ
มาเร็ว
ำมา
เร็วเบน
It's not in my entertainment magazine.
อินดี้ลูก
พร้อมยัง
อินดี้ลูก
ำพร้อมแล้ว
พร้อมแล้วพาเลย
Choices today.
ไปโรยต้องพูดอะไรไหมคะ
ต้องเบนนำเลย
เบนนะโมกัน3จบลูกนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะโอเคติโลลูกเลยติโร
Tiro kote suti santi santi sinkha
คาตะเกสุจัตทวาละมาสุ
santi
ติ
na saka kutala
พุ
ute
ท
ane
ธานุปานามิคาช
kacha
โพ
pote tite nite
นาเต
sampo
สโพปะละติสัตตานังกัมมะปัง
Pajaya evam tetanti yati
อีนะ
ye
เยโหนติอนุกรรมปะกะ
Sujin panitang kalena
na
kapiyang kana po sinang iyang koyati na
นะโห
hontu
นตุขิตาโหนตุยาเต
te jata kasama kantawaya ti peta sama ute anapanam sa pajang mukotare kirang chiwan tuloya ti sang hetu napamase abhakan jagata pujathaya
อายกาจะอนิปาลานาหิตาทากสีอาทิโคราเคทานาวิช
Anicchata ti sina ti hiranena
กยัง
kaya ito tinena yapen ta kalakata tahin una me utakang watang yatanin ng pawatati ewa mewa ito tinang peda ng Tasawa hapura paripure sakara ewa mewa itatin Tasibe akasimiya timita sakakeme peta nang taki nang tacha po pe katamanu
ส
sarap
ลังนาหิว
nang paso ko waya wanya karitewana nalang peta sa ataya evam titantiya tiyo yan chako taki nang tinang sangkam hisbatitita tikaratang hidaya sadana so
So
yati tamoja yani tasito Peta bucha jakata rara palanja pikuna mano patinda tumahehi punyang pasutang anak pakanti
โอพุทธาเป็นวัตถุปัญญมังทิตัง
สาธุสาธุนะวุติอุปนิธิพันธะอนุโมทามิ
Wait, not a second.
เบนเขาจะท่องเซคันด์ไทม์ได้เหรอเอาไหมได้ไหมเดี๋ยวเราไปท่องเซคันด์ไทม์เองนะโอเคนะสาธุนะคะ
สาธุนะคะสาธุทุกคน
สา
ค่ะ
ธุครับโมทนาครับยอดสุดเลยครับ
พี่แอร์
Bye bye.